Yeah, but like there's so many things that related photos came from.
There is no shortage of strange but popular images on the internet that most people may not know where they came from. In this video, I'm going to explain the origins behind these 4 photos that you might be familiar with. The first photo is most famously associated with the Rake creepypasta, featuring a strange humanoid figure caught on a trail cam snapshot. As a child, this photo terrified the crap out of me. It's actually pretty impressive how well done the Photoshop is considering it was made so long ago. I remember seeing it when I was in elementary school. Cryptids, ghosts, homunculus, you name it, and I believed it as a small and pure child. The most popular theory behind the image is that it stems from a promotional ad created by the studio Insomniac for their game Resistance 3, due to a tweet made from them on December 11th, 2010 that says, whoops, if you see a grandma looks like one got out, turn to Insomniac Games, Burbank, California. But then later, the developers themselves came out and debunked it, saying it was all a joke. Not to mention, the grim that is featured in Resistance 3 looks nothing like the Rake, with it having several eyes compared to the Rake's only 2. This also wouldn't make much sense, as apparently the origins of the Rake go all the way back to 2005, from a 4chan random image board created by an anonymous user. The thread being titled, "Hey, let's make a new monster," with the original concept being quite different from the Rake that we're familiar with. The title, "Very Freaky Trail Cam," was completely torn up. The trail cam had been torn off the tree. Straps were popped and everything. Camera was laying face down about 10 feet from the tree it was attached to. Bark was knocked off the tree where the camera had been, like something had knocked it off while trying to twist the camera off the tree. This is the only picture I got of it, as I had it set on a 2-minute timer. The first picture of it and the second picture from a little while ago of the same spot, just for reference. Checking this right at dusk with 3/4 mile walk out ahead of you will scare a feller. When I saw it, my blood ran cold. Still gives me shivers. What do you guys think? Fellow YouTuber Swanene, which is something that I never thought I was going to say in my entire life, did his own video about the origins behind the Rake, where he found an article speaking about Hillbilly Willie's post only a week later. Inside the article, the writer goes on to debunk the story. As it's clear as day, these 2 separate images have the exact same position of leaves, despite the date claiming that they're both 9 days apart. You can also find the EXIF data revealing that the image was edited in Photoshop. Also in here is the type of camera, location, and time the photos were taken. As final proof to close out the article, he goes on to show the blur around the Rake that the deer doesn't have, as it was edited and painted out of the background. So yeah, basically all signs point towards Hillbilly Willie being the original creator of the Rake image. And it would make sense that one person out of the over 370,000 views thought that it fit the story of the Rake, and shortly after, an internet legend was born. The second image was submitted to me from a user in my Discord server named Batman, and it's this black and white photo of these figures floating in the sky. The image has been used in several memes all across the internet, and one of my favorite memes created with it is this one, when you and the boys are playing Minecraft in creative mode, and one of them says, "Come check out what I made." The first place I decided to search for the origins behind this picture was TinEye reverse image search, and then I just filtered by oldest instances. Doing so, I found this Tumblr post that features an uncropped, slightly larger version of the photo, but actually with an active link to it. This brought me to a Behance post titled "Bed Spirits," posted on September 5th, 2013 by artist Ryan Salge. Visiting his page, it turns out that this isn't a Photoshop or a photograph at all, but actually, it's a drawing. He displays several different artworks on his page, all with a very similar style. Without a doubt, this is the creator of the original image. I wonder if he knows that this artwork he most likely put blood, sweat, and tears into has become such a popular meme on TikTok.
Ang Sensodyne Deep Clean Regulo Cavity Protection may advanced cleaning pad. Shop now!
Next image is another one submitted to me from my Discord server, where they said, "I've been obsessed with these critters. The first one has been found, cat and owl, and I really want to find the cat and owl of the other 2. In case you're not terminally online, like myself, this is what's referred to as a meowl, a combination of the 2 animals. While the image that was sent to me in my Discord is a meme that's in English, meows were originally created by a user from a Chinese blog in 2013, with a post featuring 4 separate images. one featuring Melon Pie that had been dubbed China's cutest cat, not gonna argue with that one, and the respective individual images of the other two meows with a final group photo. The joke here is that owl in Chinese is literally called a cat-headed eagle. This Photoshop was just destined to happen at some point. On May 29th, 2013, a user by the name of Electrical Outlet posted a collage of 4 meows to the subreddit r/funny, titled, "Found on Facebook. Owls with cat heads are just a little bit creepy/funny." Funny, I get, but creepy? This is the most adorable combination of images physically possible. But anyways, looking at the top comment, it reads, "This has potential to be a new subreddit, just like r/birds with arms. Maybe call it r/meows." Which has to be where this genre of image was knighted with the valiant title of meows. Since then, meows have popped up again in recent times with several memes and different edits, just like the one that was sent in my Discord server. And just in case you're curious about the origins behind each of the 3 owls, users in my Discord server were able to identify each of them and their respective cats, on the chance that you wanted that itch of curiosity scratched. Overall, a pretty fun deep dive and definitely the cutest origins. And finally, the last image is this creepy smile that has been in so many different places across the internet. But it's most popularly associated with the SCP Foundation, a fictional organization dedicated to containing dangerous and incomprehensible horrors. This image in particular is referred to as the Cheshire Smile, as it resembles the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. And it stems from the horror game SCP-87B from January 30th, 2000, created by developer Giannis Rakonen. The earliest image search date I could find goes back to July 20th, 2012. With a handful of similar textures in the game, I would assume that Giannis is in fact the original creator of the image. Not to mention, it just gives a very game texture look with all of the black space around it. And if you happen to be curious about where these horrifying teeth came from, it's very obviously a rip from the Smile Dog 1 image. And the teeth from the Smile Dog image are a warped and heavily edited version of this picture. You may have also seen the same smile on an alternate version of the Jeff the Killer image, but the origins of this also stem from that Smile Dog edit. Despite the different tone of these 4 different images, a simple repost or edit completely changed the context behind them and obscured the origins until they eventually became their own brand new stories. Long story short, this is all TikTok's fault. But anyways guys, that's all the time I have for this video.